Welcome to the Junior High Humanities Podcast, where our students dive deep into the heart of what it means to be fully human.
Every episode is a student-driven journey featuring their unique insights, reflections, and discoveries from their humanities assignments.
Stay tuned to the Junior High Humanities Podcast for a captivating exploration of humanity, faith, and learning.
Good afternoon. We are live from the CVCS podcast studio, here to present an audio masterpiece for Miss Spencer's U.S. History class, focusing on Supreme Court landmark cases. Today, we will present Ingraham versus Wright from the perspective of a historical interviewer. I, Jackson Vernon, as Mr. Brown.
I, Sean Jackson, as Mr. Ingraham.
Hello, listeners. Today, we will be interviewing Mr. Ingraham. Good evening, Mr. Ingraham.
Good evening, Mr. Brown.
Today, Mr. Ingraham, I will ask you a few personal questions about the Ingraham versus Wright case and your experience with it, if that is all right with you.
Yes, it is all right, Mr. Brown. I would love to share my story and point of view of the case.
What happened on October 1st, 1970, Mr. Ingraham?
Oh, I remember that day like it was yesterday. That morning, my buddy Roosevelt Andrews and I had only 2 minutes until class started. And the assistant principal, Solomon Barnes, told us that we were tardy. Even though we still had time, Roosevelt denied that he was late and resisted paddling. Barnes then struck him on the arm, back, and neck. Mr. Brown, it was a truly traumatic experience for me and Roosevelt. I'm still scarred to this day, but I'm starting to overcome it.
I am so sorry to hear that. I can't imagine the pain you went through. I feel like that was unjust and wrong for the school to harm Roosevelt. Thank you for sharing this with me. Do you mind telling us what happened on October 6, 1970, at your school?
Sure. A couple of other guys and I were sent to Principal Willie J. Wright's office. And there, 8 to 10 of us were paddled. I refused to assume my paddling position, so the principal struck me with 20 blows. Later, my mother took me to the hospital to treat my hematoma.
That is truly unbelievable what the school officials did to you. I'm sorry you had to endure that. Since all this occurred, did you file a complaint against the school and their punishments?
I did. I also filed a class action for declaratory and injunctive relief.
That's good to hear. What was the overall decision of this case?
The overall decision of the case was that corporal punishment did not fall under cruel and unusual punishment. Overall, this was a harsh experience, but I believe that it was for the greater good, as there is now a law behind it. Other people would not have to go through what happened to me and Roosevelt.
After everything you have gone through, are there any Bible verses you connect with most?
Yes, I do connect with a verse. The verse is Leviticus 19:18, which states, "You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against any of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Lord." There is also another verse that I connect with as well. The verse is Deuteronomy 5:16. "Honor your father and your mother, as the Lord your God commanded you, that your days may be long, and that it may go well with you in the land that the Lord your God is giving you."
Wow, that is a truly inspiring verse. What do these verses mean to you?
These verses mean that I will be rewarded with the gift of God if I obey Him and love others, even those who are my enemy or who aren't my friends.
Those are some great verses that I can relate to as well. Thank you for coming to share your story on the CVCS Podcast Network and letting the listeners know a little bit about what went down from your perspective and the hardships you went through.
I would like to thank you, Mr. Brown, for inviting me to the podcast. I am thrilled to share my story with the world to spread awareness about squirrel cruelty and unfairness. I had a great time on the CVCS podcast and hope to return soon.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, Ingraham versus Wright, an audio masterpiece by Jackson Vernon and Sean Jackson.
This episode has been a production of the Capistrano Valley Christian Schools Podcast Network. Capistrano Valley Christian Schools is a Christian JK through 12 school in San Juan Capistrano, California. Be sure to check out, subscribe to, and leave a review of this show and the other shows on our network on your podcast player of choice. Doing so supports the school community in a multitude of ways. For more information about the CVCS Podcast Network or any of our other shows, check out cvcs.org or email podcasts@cvcs.org. On behalf of the whole network, this is Mr. Jasper saying thank you again for listening and stay tuned for more.